Hello and welcome to Wendell's Guide to Soloing Sindragosa as a hunter in ICC 25 man. So basically, the whole mechanic to this fight is you need to tank the boss once every so often, which basically that involves getting hit by the boss one time or however many times. But as long as you get hit by the boss at least once, you'll have considered being tanked by the boss. So you'll be considered a tank for, I think it's either 30 seconds or a minute, I forget. But basically, by doing that, you can either just keep doing full on DPS until you just out DPS your pet, or you can do actually like use distracting shot and turn your pet's auto growl off. And as long as you get hit at least once, and then you can feign death, you'll be considered a quote-unquote tank by the encounter, and you won't get any of the various abilities that affect anyone but tanks. So pretty much you want to make sure that you're, like you see right here, I actually dismiss my pet. I do that so that the boss will in fact attack me when he goes in the air, and then after he goes in the air, I'll bring my pet back out. The reason I do this is you need to do it before he starts doing the air phase. Otherwise, there's a chance he will cast Ice Block on you. If you're a tank, he won't cast it on you. But if you're anyone but a tank, there's a chance he can cast it on you. Be aware that there are these swirly things on the ground. You'll take damage from them, but not that much. So you do want to keep your pet, like once you dismiss your pet, you can resummon it again, and that way you'll have the benefit of Animal Bond. So once he lands, you can go ahead and take aggro for a second or two, and then feign death it, and then you just start attacking him again. I would really probably save all your cooldowns for the last phase, honestly, but it's up to you. Just kind of DPS him from the side, and every so often go ahead and like do a distracting shot and make sure you take aggro off your pet so that you can be considered a tank every so often, so you won't get ice blocked. So you can see here, air phase is about to occur, so I get aggro off my pet, dismiss my pet, and then wait for the air phase to occur. And then once he goes all the way off into distance, I'll resummon my pet and get my health back using Spirit Mend or whatever. The final phase, as long as you make sure you do the air phases good, honestly I would just dismiss your pet. That'd probably be the easiest thing to do right before he goes into an air phase. But as long as you do that fine, you should be good. The final phase is where it's going to get really tricky. So you can see I sit there and feign death there. We go into the final phase, which is right about to happen here. I think in another 1%. Yeah, there we go, 35%. He'll hit phase 2. So at this point, you're actually going to want to keep doing. Honestly, it's up to you. You can either full on tank the boss yourself at this point, or you can do feign death and then just every so often. I think it's either 30 seconds or a minute, I forget exactly, but one of those numbers, probably every 30 seconds, you need to make sure you're getting aggro back and getting hit at least once so you can be considered tank and stuff. Because during the final phase, he will cast Ice Block on people at will, and if you're not considered a tank, then he will Ice Block you. So for most of it, you can see I actually dismissed my pet there so that I could get the aggro. Honestly, just turn your pet's auto growl off would probably be a good thing, and then you can either just turn your pet's auto growl off, use distracting shot, or you can just full on dismiss your pet and then resummon it. Either way works. So like, oh, dismiss again. But that's how that whole mechanic works, and how you're able to avoid being put in a ice thing is just make sure you are considered a tank by actually getting hit by the boss once every 30 seconds or so. So hope you found this guide helpful, and thanks for watching.